Assalamu alaikum. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Now, in this video, I'm going to show you move, copy, rotate, scale, very important tools when you use Sketchup. So, let's start. The first and the foremost thing is these tools, you can get that from directly here, or you can get that thing from the tools as well. It has a lot of shortcut key, and I recommend you to learn the shortcut key because that is very helpful, very handy, and it makes your work really, really fast. So um, here I'm going to show you for the move, it's very simple and easy, M, and then for the rotate, it's not R, remember, it's Q. Okay, and for the scale it is S. Okay, these three tools are very, very important. And there's another very important thing, that is this thing, select space bar. So we're going to talk about these tools in this video. So let's start with the select. So what's that? It's normal when I click here it got selected, when I click outside it got deselected. But sometimes if you are in the move tool, like I'm going to select this thing and then I'm selecting move, or you can directly go into the tools. So clicking on move, and then you can see here your cursor got changed in the move cursor. Now for moving it, you can move that anywhere. However, for selecting this, I cannot select it right now. So going for the selection is right now very, very important. So how can you do that thing? You can directly click here, or you can go for the tools and then select here. Or there is another thing that you can click on space. So I'm selecting space here on the keyboard, and then you can see my mouse again got converted in normal cursor. Now you can see here I can actually click and select that thing. So clicking and selecting, and then making a window for selecting, and making a window for selecting from right to left is very different with making a mid window with selecting from left to right. So it's a window and cross window kind of thing. Like if you know the things in AutoCAD, it's very much same here. If the part of the object is in the window, then it gets selected if you're going to go from left to right. And if the part of the object is not in the window, if the whole object is in the window, then it will get selected. Now you can see here I'm trying to select, but it is not getting selected. So I'm clicking from left to right and making this object in the window, and you can see here now the object gets selected. It's more precise actually. And if you select something, and if you want to just make that object out of your selection, you can hold the shift key and then click on the object, and you can see here it just got out of your selection. So this is how we can do the things. Now let's try to move the thing. So for moving it, what I'm doing is I'm just selecting it, and then I'm pressing M. As I told you, for the move we have a shortcut key M, and clicking here, and you can see here in my wherever I've clicked, I can click here, I can click anywhere, that's my base point. And then I'm trying to move it. You can see there is a green line which is coming, and if I'm moving here you can see red line coming, and sometimes even blue line will be coming. So what's this blue, green and all lines? When we see origin for the SketchUp, you can see we have a green line which shows x-axis, red which is y-axis, and you can see here this thing has to be z-axis. So these are actually different axes. Like in the AutoCAD, we'll be having ortho mode, only x and y axis, that kind of thing. So I'm just selecting the things and then trying to quickly move this, pressing M and trying to move this thing here. When I'm trying to move this thing towards the right side, you can see here it can get moved not on exactly which axis I want. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to use my arrow keys. We have left arrow, up arrow and right arrow. So what I'm doing is I'm pressing left arrow, and you can see here how this green color gets more bolder. So I'm just moving my cursor, and you can see even if I'm moving a little bit upside or downside, it's not going to make me move anywhere else. It's just making me move in that particular axis. So I'm just trying to again press the left arrow here, and you can see here I can just move anywhere. So getting in ortho mode, getting out of ortho mode, that kind of thing. Since you're trying to move this thing, and then again clicking here, and you can see here how it got moved properly. So and you can see here if I want to rotate this thing again, I can use my this thing here we have rotate, and again I can go to tools, and you can see here for the rotate option is available. So I can press Q, or I can directly click here and go for the rotate, and I'm trying to right now press Q here, and you can see how it got rotated compass. So for rotating the things, what I can do is I directly can go here, and you can see wherever I'm pressing my, not pressing, wherever I'm moving my cursor, it is trying to attach. Wait a minute, just got off, getting back to 3D. Okay, sometimes it does happen. So you can actually use the views to just make that things out. So okay, fine. Trying to make this all things move again back to here, and I'm trying to rotate the things like pressing Q, and you can see here how it's getting red. You can rotate it like anywhere, and if you want to rotate in another axis, yeah, you can do that thing as well. Just select this thing Q, and you can rotate it anywhere. Again, getting back completely outside, pressing space, and then if you want to rotate in another axis, you can do that thing as well. However, let us say I want to rotate this thing a little bit diagonal, so just trying to rotate like this, and even you can actually give a angle if you want that. You can see here how it got moved in the top side. Why? Because I got a blue axis there. Just I want to move a little bit here, and I want to make this thing diagonal like 45 degrees. So I can type here 45 degrees. Just see the bottom right side angle is written here. I can type the angle 45. So I'm trying to type the angle here 45 and then pressing enter. You can see it got rotated properly. I'm trying to again move it to the part where I want, and like this. Yeah, that's done. So this is how actually I can rotate that thing and move. There is another thing like copy. There is nothing like new thing to click here for copy, or in AutoCAD we have CO kind of thing. Here, if I am in the move tool and I'm pressing control, I can copy this thing. How exactly? I'll say you now. So for suppose I deleted this, deleting it, and I want this thing again to be here. So I'm selecting it, pressing M. I'm in the move tool now, clicking here, and you can see it's right now moving. But however, when I'm just once pressing control, not pressing and holding it, just I'm pressing once control, and you can see here it is giving me a copy of it. So I'm clicking somewhere here, and again I can actually rotate that thing, giving it a base somewhere outside, kind of like this, and again try and move this thing in. So that's pretty much we can actually have a copy of things as well. And then a final thing I told you about scale actually. Yeah, for scaling the things, yes, you can do that thing. Just select the thing, press scale like S. Here you can see in the tools we'll be having an option called scale. By using this thing you can create that thing. So pressing scale here, and you can see there's different kind of dots which are available. So I'm clicking it, and you can see how it is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Even you can give a factor, the scale factor, towards the down right side. You can see 1.36 is written, and the things is getting changed. So I'm just trying to move my cursor above and then click again. So you can see here how it got scaled. So getting back to my selection cursor, pressing space, select, moving it a little bit in the center. So that's pretty much. So this is how I can move, rotate, copy, and yeah, that's done. We can have the rotation of many objects. We can have scaling of many objects, and even in that thing we can copy. So what does that mean? Moving it here, I'm trying to rotate this thing, pressing Q, and you can see here I'm rotating, but I'm pressing control here, and you can see here in that thing it got copied actually. So this is how also we can actually do the things. It doesn't make sense, but still sometimes you can use that thing as well. And even for the scale, you can do the same thing. So that's pretty much about it. Hope you guys like this tutorial, and like if you want, no problem. Comment if you have any questions. Um, until that we meet again, I say Assalamu alaikum, stay tuned and safe.